Welcome to Women Awakening. I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Welcome to the final day of our video series on women creating our futures. You know, as I've said throughout this entire series, that women are emerging, that it's our time, that something beautiful is occurring. Sitting next to me is my partner, Hendry. We partner in Women Creating Our Futures, and we do the conference and we do other wonderful weekend events or week events. But what is important is that I want you to know who she is, and we want to talk about our process in creating Women Creating Our Future. So Jean is an image and presence transformation expert and advisor. And I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad we get to do this together.
Thank you. It's so much fun to get to work with you and do this.
So I want to talk about first where you've come from so that people get to know you. I mean, you've had this amazing corporate career, training, curriculum development. Talk about that a little bit.
So, you know, Cynthia, I spent a number of years really working, like you said, in corporate America and doing training and development. And the truth of the matter is, while that was a really good career for me, it wasn't where my heart was. It was what I thought I was supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And it's what, you know, in terms of success, that's how I thought I could be successful. But it wasn't what called my heart. So I always had my little business on the side, helping people be brilliant. And I did it, but I called it my hobby. What happened was it got so uncomfortable that I couldn't just make it a hobby anymore. I had to really listen to the calling of my heart and make it my life's work. And so that's what I do now.
Absolutely. And I want you all to know that she did all of this while being a single mother. She created this business, and even in the middle of transforming, I mean, your daughter's grown now and she's beautiful, but you know, you've had to make choices to support you and the vision for your life, correct?
Mm-hmm. So making a transition in your life is really interesting. I know so many of us have done that, but you don't just wake up one day and say, I think I'm going to go do this. I'm feeling called to go do this. I'll just go do that. It requires some thought and some transition, and I still am in a place where I am melding my businesses and doing things that support me while I move more into what I really want to be doing.
Absolutely, and she is quite brilliant at it. I mean, you know, aside from learning what your inner brilliance is, then she helps you attune it on the outside. I worked with Jean for my entire book tour. She supported me in everything that I wore on the book tour so that I felt in alignment with what I was teaching.
Just Ta-da! Look at her today. Perfect example.
So we wanted to talk to you about, you know, how we got together and the formation of Women Creating Our Futures. You know, a number of years ago, quite a number of years ago, Jean and I were at lunch, and neither one of us can remember how we got to lunch or what we were there
Why
for.
we were doing that. No.
And I looked at her, and you know, my intuition just kicked in, and I said, you know, I think we're going to work together. And I saw her looking at me kind of odd.
I thought she was crazy.
That made no sense. I'm a minister. She's in business. How are we going to work together? But something in me knew that there was a synergy. And so
turns out she was right. We wound up putting things together. Things sort of evolved as they do, and we wound up doing more and more work together, doing some training work, which is part of my corporate background. And things just kind of evolved from there.
Absolutely. She helped me create the whole curriculum for my coach training. And then one day we started talking about our passion for women, that we're both passionate about women. And we decided that we were going to do a live event, a conference for women. That was the good news. The interesting news was
we'd never done it before. We had no idea what we were doing.
Right. And so I had been in a leadership program, and we started taking information, and she had been in different programs, and we started putting them together. And the thing is that because it was meant to be, things fell into place, but not without us bumping into a few walls and, you know, crash and burning in certain places, you know, but it was It was adventurous.
It's been a wonderful learning experience. And the truth of the matter is, it's because it calls our hearts. Both of us have a real heart for helping women step into their big lives, play bigger, do what calls them. We've both done that. We continue to do that. And so supporting women in doing that, there's nothing better.
Absolutely.